For decades, one of the biggest bottlenecks in software was simple, writing the code.
We need a gifted programmer who's creative.
You could have a great product idea, a detailed design, and a list of features ready to go, but somebody still had to sit down and actually build it. That made developers extremely valuable. And then AI attacked that bottleneck. First, it completed a few lines, then entire functions, then tests, refactors, APIs, database queries. And now you can give an agent a task, walk away, and come back to hundreds or even thousands of lines of working code, which sounds like exactly what we wanted. Except something strange happens when reducing code becomes almost effortless. You start producing a lot more of it, and somebody still has to understand what all that code is doing. That is where the problem begins. Imagine an agent gets a ticket. It explores the repository, changes 6 files, creates a helper abstraction, updates a dependency, writes some tests, and opens a pull request. Everything passes, so you simply merge it. Do this hundreds of times, and development looks incredibly fast. Until 3 months later, something breaks in production. Maybe requests start timing out under load. Maybe 2 operations hit the same data at exactly the wrong time. Maybe memory usage slowly climbs. Now the question isn't, can AI write code to fix this? It probably can. The real question is, does anybody actually understand the system well enough to know what needs fixing? Because the engineer investigating that bug may never have written the original code. They may not even have reviewed most of it closely. And the agent that created it months ago doesn't magically retain the entire history of every decision it made. You can feed the repository back into another agent, you can give it logs, documentations, previous conversations, but now you are spending more context, more tokens, and more time just reconstructing an understanding that used to exist inside engineering teams. And this creates a weird situation. We automated the part where software gets written, but not the part where software has to be understood. In fact, AI can make the second problem worse simply because of volume. These days, many developers are spending their days reviewing thousands of lines of AI-generated code, and that's an important distinction. Generating 2000 lines of code is easy, but properly reviewing 2000 lines is not. You need to understand what changed, why it changed, what assumptions were made, and what might break somewhere else. At some point, you are not really programming anymore. You are doing quality control on a machine that can generate code much faster than you can verify it. And companies are starting to run into another side effect of this, which is cost. The original pitch sounds obvious. AI is cheap, engineers are expensive. Therefore, more AI should mean cheaper software. But autonomous coding agents aren't just one prompt and one answer. An agent reads files, searches repository, calls tools, writes code, runs tests, reads the errors, changes the code, runs everything again. Another model may review it, then the first agent fixes the review. Every step consumes more compute. So the useful metric isn't simply how much did this model call cost. It's how much did it cost to actually solve the task. A cheap attempt that fails 3 times may be more expensive than one well-scoped attempt. And an autonomous agent endlessly exploring a giant repository can burn through resources without producing much useful work. That doesn't mean AI coding agents doesn't work. Quite the opposite. Used properly, it can be ridiculously useful. Boilerplate, repetitive transformations, tests, small refactors, searching unfamiliar code, explaining APIs. These are exactly the kind of things machines can accelerate. The mistake is assuming that because AI can generate code, generating code should be the goal. It shouldn't. And this is probably the biggest change happening to software development. 5 years ago, knowing syntax and being able to quickly turn requirements into CRUD endpoints would make you productive. Today, AI is becoming extremely good at exactly that kind of work. So the scarce skill moves upwards. Can you design the system? Can you look at a database under load and understand why it's collapsing? Can you recognize a concurrency bug? Can you reason about networking, caching, queues, state, and failure modes? Can you read AI-generated code and know where the solution is subtly wrong even though every test is green? And maybe most importantly, do you know when you shouldn't use AI at all? That's a much more different developer from someone whose main advantage is typing code quickly. And ironically, the more capable these coding agents become, the more valuable that deeper understanding could become. Because somebody still needs to provide the judgment. Somebody has to decide which architecture makes sense, which trade-off is acceptable, which generated abstraction is unnecessary, which bug is actually causing the production incident, and whether giving an agent another million tokens is solving the problem or just generating more software that nobody understands. So I don't think the lesson here is to stop using AI. And I don't think the lesson is that developers are about to disappear. Is that we need to stop confusing coding with software engineering. Writing code was always only one part of the job. AI just made that painfully obvious. Use the agents, Let them write the boring parts, let them search, let them generate, let them accelerate you. But stay close enough to the system that when something goes wrong, you are not asking another AI agent to explain a code base that no human understands anymore. Because if we automate ourselves completely out of the loop, we may discover that writing the software was never the hardest part. Understanding it was. And now we are generating it faster than ever. Let me know what you think about this. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, peace out.